Hello everyone, this is Akila from Freela. In today's video, let us look into the study tips for IELTS listening module. Study tip number 1. Practice saying the letters of the English alphabet. For example, spell words out for a friend to write down. As you all know, listening is all about writing something what we get to listen. Unless we listen properly and understand their accent, we cannot make all the answers right. So, the best thing to do with that is practice saying the letters of the English alphabet and get to know, familiarize more with the accents of different countries. So, let us practice it with our friend, ask them to spell, and try to write it down. Study tip 2. You will hear native speaker accents from several English speaking countries in the test. These may include British, American, Canadian, Australian, and New Zealand. Their accents are different, right? So just search online for non commercial national radio stations of these countries and get to know more about their accent and how they pronounce certain words, phrases, and their sentence structure. Just get to know more about them so that you can score high in listening module. National stations often have talk or current affairs programs that can help you practice for IELTS. If you are listening to non commercial national radio stations, you can also get to know more about other things like current affairs and most important events of that particular place so that it will help you to practice for IELTS more effective. Study tip number 3. To improve your concentration, when you are doing the practice test, try to write down each possible answer. Cross out the incorrect answers as you listen based on what the speakers say. Note that you may not have time to do this in the exam, however. So, in order to improve your concentration, you can do one thing. Whenever you're trying to write the answer, just write down the answers that strikes you out so that at the end you can recollect them and strike out the wrong ones and pick the right one. However, this is only good for practice, but you cannot do it in practical while in the time of examination, as you know the time limit. But since it is good for practice, study tip number 4. Search online for national radio stations from the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, or New Zealand. These often have programs that discuss topical issues, and you will hear people suggesting ideas and discussing possible solutions. This is useful for listening section 3. As you all know, our listening module consists of 4 sections, and of those, the third section is a little critical. Critical in the sense you may have to hear the conversation with about 3 or 4 people around, their suggestions, possible solutions, outcomes, and so on. You may get confused with them, and often you don't get their ideas properly. In order to avoid that, to get more proper practice, you can often go through the programs that discuss a topical issue. And you will get to hear a number of people talking around so many ideas and discussing the possible solutions. This will serve as a really useful thing for listening section 3. And that's all about study tips for listening module. Let's see in the next video. Thank you.